13 years. ঠিক আছে? না, we'll start with that prayer. श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्. May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So by the grace of Lord, we have completed 12th chapter. We'll start from 13th chapter today. But it is always a matter to conjoin or to see that what is the reason why it is after 12th chapter, 13th chapter, what is the subject matter, what is the relation between these two. So before we proceed, that we must see what is the relationship between these two. As we have already discussed, that Bhagavad Gita is divided into 6 chapters. So first chapter up to 6th, that's the first 6th chapter. Then 7th to 12th. So this is Shatakam, we call it Shatakam. And then from 7th to 12th, and then 13th to 18th. So it is compared to Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that. Tvam, the first is Tvam, what am I, what the person is, what is this Purusha, and then what is that, Tat, what is the Supreme Being, and also how these are unified. The third 6 chapters, 6 Shatakas, third Shataka is for unification of these two. Now, how this is related? So first we have seen, in the beginning, Sri Krishna wanted to give Arjuna the whole knowledge. That is why Sthita Pragyasya Lakshana. And he said, why you are wailing, why you are grieving? Ashocyananya shochastam pragyavadarscha bhashase. You are thinking, you are mourning, as it were, for whom you should not. And you are talking tall. And after that, he, in the second chapter, he gave that Sthita Pragyasya Lakshana. And then he graduated to what one should do, why he should fight, why he should perform his action, his duties. So this first sixth chapter. So what, we, in our scripture also we see, we have 5 factors. Whatever we do, 5 factors. One is adhishthan. Adhishthan means this adhishthan. Like if someone wants to do some business, there is an office, adhishthanam, tatha karta. There should be a doer, a person who is performing. Office must have an officer. Similarly, here also in this office, this body, is a holder of this body. Adhishthanam tatha karta. Then karanam. Then office, if office is there, there must be some instruments. So karana, instruments should be there. Like we have also instruments to perform something. Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha pritak vidham vividhascha pritak cheshta. Then there should be some effort. The person, say office is there, officer is also there, instruments are also there, but he is not striving, then nothing will happen. So there should be an effort. So up to 6th chapter, that's the effort. So what is our duty that we are to perform? It is clearly stated. And also, natmanam avasadet. In 6th chapter, Bhagavan says that you should not degrade yourself. You have to put your effort so that you will achieve that. But this is also seen that when a person puts his effort, but it's not fructifying. So there comes the 5th chapter, Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. So Adhishthanam, office, Tatha Karta, officer, instruments, then effort. But there should be some contribution of divine grace. So after 6 chapters, that means that effort should be there. God has given this instrument. But we also perform our duties, whatever duties that is ordained to us, that we must perform. Then comes the grace part. So, next 6 chapters, it is described who is this, who has created this. And Bhagavan there said that whatever you see, that is composed of my 2 prakriti. Apareya means that bhumi rapu analo vayu kham mana buddhi revacha. So whatever you see, it is apara prakriti. And then jiva bhuta mahabaho yedam dharyati jagat. That means my para prakriti. And there is another which is not tainted by this. One is, this also is within prakriti. Apara prakriti, para prakriti also a kind of prakriti. But there is my untainted state also is there. Now comes this 3rd section where this will be unification, unified. Now, when we see unification or unifying something, if it is equal, then we don't say. And if it is unequal, that also we don't say. But what we see, Say suppose, like I can give an example, like if I say 10 is equal to 9, then that's not right. We don't say, it's absurd. Or if I say 10 is equal to 10, it is not required. But when it is equated, that means something which is apparently looking different, but essentially it is the same. So we have seen all the mathematical equations. C is equal to mc square, or say mathematically also we can say 10 plus 10 is equal to 9, say 21 minus 11. So apparently it is different, but actually it is the same. So we say whenever it is being equated, that means something same. Say like gold. We can see ornaments, various kinds of ornaments. And we can say all ornaments are gold. So this is equating. So when we equate, that means something which is apparently dividing itself. And then the divisive quality, when it is removed, then it is the same. So here also, what is the purpose of this? In 12th chapter, Bhagavan said, Advishta sarvabhutanam maitra karunevacha. All these qualities, when one inculcates, what happens? He creates within himself that purity. And when he creates that purity, or he achieves that purity, then he becomes my very dear. And he later, Bhagavan says, Same priyaha, Same ativa priya. That is, he is very dear. And in previous, in 7th chapter, Bhagavan said that Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Not only dear, he is myself. So now the question is, or the point is, that what we should do. By doing that, we come to that point where we are one with that divine. So that is why at the end of 12th chapter, Bhagavan said, Advishta sarvabhutana mitra karunaivacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha kshami. Now see here, just we will read the meaning. He who hates no creature and is friendly and compassionate towards all, who is free from the feelings of I and mine, even-minded in pain and pleasure, forbearing, ever content, steady in meditation, self-controlled, and possessed of firm conviction, with mind and intellect fixed on me, he who is thus devoted to me is dear to me. So because here in this chapter Bhagavan is different entity, and this the qualities when one inculcates, then he becomes dear. But previously he said that Jnani tu atmaiva matam. He is myself. This is my considered opinion. So he by whom the world is not agitated, and who cannot be agitated by world, who is freed from joy, envy, fear, anxiety, he is dear to me. Anapeksha shuchir daksha, he who is free from dependence, who is pure, prompt, unconcerned, and untroubled, renouncing every undertaking, he who is thus devoted to me is dear to me. Yo na hrishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubhashubha parityagi bhaktiman yah same priya. He who neither rejoices nor hates. We have gone through very in details. That is not like becoming a stone. Rather, one should be not affected by any situation of this world, nor griefs, nor desires, renouncing good and evil, full of devotion, he is dear to me. Then shamas shatrau cha mitresya tatha manapu manayoho shitoshna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarjita. He who is the same to friend and foe and also in honor and dishonor, who is the same in heat and cold, and is pleasure and pain, who is free from attachment, to whom censure and praise are equal, who is silent, content with anything. So all these qualities are to be inculcated so that we are dear to God, and ultimately it will be so purified that we are one with God. As Bhagavan himself said, that jnani tu atmaiva matam. So all these qualities are to be inculcated. So, this is the relationship between this chapter and the previous chapter. And this Shatakam with the previous Shatakam. 6 previous chapters. What is this? That first there is some effort should be there from the pursuant, and there must be some grace of God, what we say. Jnanis are not devoid of bhakti. Bhakti and jnana, shuddha jnana and shuddha bhakti are one. Pure jnana, pure knowledge and pure devotion is one and the same, as Sri Ramakrishna said. So here it is imaginary division that people create. So this is the relationship, that there must be some self-effort, number one, and then the grace. And when we put our effort, then we'll understand that grace and self-effort is one and the same thing. Now, we go to this, but again, what is this Prakriti and Purusha? In Yoga Sutra we find Bhoga Apavargartham Drishyam. Two things are there. One is Drashta, the seer, and Drishyam, whatever we see. And we see it different. It is different than the seer. Whatever is seen is different from the seer. See, this table I can see, this lectern or this mic I can see. It is certainly different from me. So this difference we see, drishya and drashta. Drishya means whatever is seen, and drashta means whatever is, who is the seer. So one thing is drishya and drashta. So in Sankhya philosophy, and Yoga Sutra is based on that. So, bhoga apavargartham, whatever we see, it is drishya. Why it is for? It gives some bhoga. Bhoga means some enjoyment, and then that becomes cause of our emancipation also. Like we get involved in this world. I don't want to give a concrete example, then that may say annoy some people. So you can understand what I am indicating. People want to get involved in this world, and after getting involved, then they are puzzled and they want to get rid of it. Okay, simple. If you see a movie for a certain time, then it's good. It gives you enjoyment. But if you continue to do that, then that gives you pain. So Prakriti has two parts. Drishya has two parts. One is bhoga, it gives enjoyment for a certain time, and then it becomes cause of emancipation. Bhoga apavargartham drishyam. So this same thing, now how to differentiate who is Prakriti, what is Prakriti, and who is this Purusha. So there are 5 signs which says so. It's from Sankhya Karika. Sanghata Pararthatat. Number 1, Sanghat means body mind complex, or the whole system of this, whatever is Prakriti is presenting in front of us. So that is called Parartha. Sanghata. Sanghata means conglomeration or conjoinment of many parts. Say a car is made, but no part separately is car. No part separately car. But when you join, then it is a car. Like tire, if you take tire separately, then it is tire, not car. Similarly, all the part, engine, etc., etc. But when you join, then only it is called car, and then it functions. Then it takes you to various destinations. So one is Sanghata. Sanghata means like conglomeration, or say joining various parts. Cycle, no part of cycle is a cycle. But when it is together, then only you can use it. So Sanghat. Here also body, mind, etc. When it is joined, then only it is working. And then that's called Sanghat. And Sanghata Pararthatvat. It is for the use of someone else. Who is someone else? He is Purusha. And Trigunadi Viparyayat. And what is the result of 3 gunas? 3 binding forces, or 3 forces we can say. Guna is not quality here. 3 guna. 3 guna means one is rest position, one is active position, and one is the equilibrium position. So Sanghar, Trigunadi Viparyayat. Then Adhishthanat. Then it gives a base. Who gives base? Purusha. On Purusha this happens. When a person is there, then only he buys a car or a house, or he gets married. So Sanghata is a Sanghatha Purusharthat. Sanghatha Pararthatvat. Then Trigunadi Viparyat Adhishthanat. Purusho Asti. And then what it gives some enjoyment. Bhaktritvat. Bhaktri Bhavat. And ultimately what is this for? It is for emancipation, for liberation. That okay, get rid of it. One day we are fed up with something, and then we throw it out. So this is, so what is Purusha and what is Prakriti? Purusha is that for which Drishya is presenting all kinds of things. And it is Sanghata, and it has purpose, that it is made up of 3 gunas, and also this gives some place for action, and also it ultimately it releases. So it is like the example is given, Purushasya darshanartham kaivalyartham tatha pradhanam. So as the Yoga Sutra said, bhoga apavarga. So first it gives enjoyment, and then it releases. Like a blind person, and he can walk, but a lame person cannot walk, but he has eyes. So if both are combined, then the purpose is served. Because the blind person will take him around, and the person with eyes but lame, he will see the things. So it is the combination of Purusha and Prakriti. This example is given. And what happens after, say like after dancing, etc., then as the dancer retires, similarly, after giving bhoga, enjoyment, then Prakriti retires and it pushes. It happened with Tulsidas. Tulsidas was infatuated with his wife. And the day when he had to perform Shraddha of his departed father or mother, whatever, and after that also he took some prasad and crossed a river and lots of difficulties. It was raining, and in that situation he went to his in-laws' house where his wife was there. And then his wife scolded him. What have you done? That asti charmamay deha mama. This body is full of bones and flesh. And you have love for this. Asti charmamay deha mama tame aisi preet. Yadi hota Sri Ram mein na hoti bhayabheet. Bhavabheet. You have love for this body and this the encasement of various muscles and bones. You have such a love. If you can dedicate this love to Sri Rama or the God, then you'll not have fear for this world. So, Tulsidas loved his wife so dearly that even in difficult situation, he crossed the river, it was raining and lots of difficulties, and he reached there. So, that same wife became his guru, and he left then and there. And he said, yes, you are right, you are my guru, so I bow down to you. And he left, and then he became Tulsidas, a great poet. So this is the thing, that Prakriti and Purusha. It's not male, female, it's not matter of that. In every person, this Purusha is there. That will be discussed. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetra iti abhidhiyate. Kshetram ityavidhiyate. So this is that here. Because this is the division, Prakriti and Purusha. Whosoever is the witness within you, he is Purusha. And whatever instruments that you find, that is for your emancipation. First, it will give some enjoyment, and then it will cause you emancipation. Okay, so this is the context, and Arjuna wanted to know what is this Prakriti? Where does it reside? And also we have also this question, same question, what is this Prakriti? Who has created this? And why we are here? And we see beautiful, and then someday we get blows. So this is the central question, and here Sri Krishna will deal with it. So like a dancer retires after performance, similarly this Prakriti also retires after giving Purusha its enjoyment, and then the same Prakriti becomes cause of emancipation of Purusha. So we go to the first shloka. Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanadi prakritim purusham chaiva kshetram kshetra. So that's another shloka. Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanadi ubhavapi vikarans. So anyway, that will this is a parallel according to Sankhya philosophy. It is parallel line. It never meets, but it must exist. But from Vedantic standpoint, these are not two. One is apparent, as if it is dividing, as if it is jatavan iva, leelayitiva. Even you can feel this. When you are walking, just watch yourself. Are you walking? Or you are seemingly walking? You are watching your walk. Those who are uh, marathon runners, if they think that they are running, they cannot run. So when they are running, they are totally absent-minded about his own running. Rather, his sight is to his goal, that I have to reach there. So he forgets about his body. That is why body can endure it. When a person puts his mind to body, then body becomes, and he becomes limited because body is limited. So this is the shloka, first shloka, idam shariram kaunteya. The first is, the Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna vacha prakritim purushanchaiva kshetram kshetragyam evacha etad veditumichhami jnanam gyeyam chakeshava. Arjuna said, Prakriti and Purusha, also the Kshetra and the knower of Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Knowledge and that which ought to be known, these, O Keshava, I desire to learn. So I want to know what is Prakriti, who is Prakriti, and what is Purusha, and what is Kshetra, what is Kshetrajna, field and knower of field. Etad veditum ichhami jnanam gyeyam cha Keshava. And also I want to know what is jnana, what is to be known, gyeya. Hey Keshava, hey Sri Krishna, I want to know these things. So Bhagavan says that idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti abhidhiyate. This body is kshetra. So every body is kshetra. Kshetra is field. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti abhidhiyate. Etad yo vetti. He who knows this body, tam prahu kshetragya iti tadvidah. The knower of this secret says that he who knows this body is Kshetrajna. So you know this body. Body means body-mind complex, body-mind intellect, whatever is seen. So this is simple. Idam shariram kaunteya. So the blessed Lord said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called Kshetra. See, son of Kunti also, like body related to Kunti. So therefore, these addresses are very important, because wherever Sri Krishna is addressing, he is also relating his point with some examples. So here, Kunti, son of Kunti. So this body is Kshetra. So whatever body that you are possessing, this is Kshetra. And similarly, all bodies. And he who knows it is called Kshetrajna, by whom this body is known. By those who know of them, Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So they said this. Now, know for certain, Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi, sarva kshetreshu bharata. And this, you know that there are so many bodies, so many entities, or we can drishyam, so many drishyam. So, kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi. Know for certain that this, I am the knower, I am knower all the bodies. Me do thou also know, O descendant of Bharata, to be Kshetrajna. Say, like you are descendant of Bharata, so all your clan, all are known as Bharata. Similarly, I am also in all body. Me do thou also know, O descendant of Bharata, to be Kshetragya. Kshetragya means knower of this body, in all kshetras, in all being. Kshetra kshetra gair jnanam, yattas jnanam matam mama. And he who knows about this field, kshetra, and also knower of this field, kshetragya. So this is the jnana. What is knowledge? Knowledge is who knows the field, that means this body and related to that, and also is the kshetragya, who is the knower of this self, the knower of this body, body-mind complex. So he is, this too, this knowledge is knowledge. Me do thou also know, O descendant of Bharata, to be kshetragya, in all kshetras. The knowledge of kshetra and kshetragya is considered by me to be the knowledge. So this is iti matam mama. So this is my opinion, considered opinion. So, say like Prakriti. So what is this body made up of? This kshetra, what is this? Or body-mind complex, what it is made up of? We have seen in our Vedanta Sara classes that, and here also in Bhagavad Gita, that we have 5 elements. 5 elements. What are those? Kshiti, Up, Tej, Marut, Vyom. Kshiti means whatever is solid. And there the example is given like a clod of earth. Kshiti. But it is solid. Whatever solid we see. Kshiti, Up. Up means whatever is liquid. The example is given like water. So to understand, these examples are given, but it is not confined there. Kshiti does not mean only earth. Whatever is solid. And similarly, whatever is liquid, we can call it up. Kshiti, up, Tej. And whatever is in energy form, so that is Tej. Then Maruta, whatever is gaseous form. And one can argue, so there are so many kinds of gas. Whatever it is, in gaseous form, so that is Maruta. And Vyom, whatever is space. So these are 5 elements, as we know. And these 5 elements, these are apara prakriti. And also, when it is, this is when grossified, that means panchikaranam. Panchikaranam means when it is grossified, half of the same element and 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8 of all other 4. So that makes half. So that is grossified. And then when it is a panchikrita, so this we can say the in reverse the reverse way we can see. Like we get up in the morning, and first it is not distinguished, it is not grossified. We have some ideas. I am somewhere. So first we try to understand, where am I? Then we understand, oh, I am in my room. Then the whole world is revealed to us. Similarly, one thing is called ajnana, ignorance, or we can say prakriti. So prakriti, when in the mood of creation, then what happens? One first is causal, the prakriti is causal, and then comes subtle, like all the thinking, etc., that we want to think, oh, where am I? So this thought process, so in the thought process we have four things: mind, intellect, manabuddhi, chitta, and uh, as if it is transparent, it is chitta, as if it is awareness, and ego. Then comes ego. Then comes the sense of I am looking at it. So mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, and then when it is grossified, then this becomes distinct prakriti. So this we can experience every day when we get up in the morning. And when we go to sleep, gradually these all are absorbed within us. Then this whole world is absorbed in us. So this is prakriti. So in in 7th chapter, Bhagavan said, these are apara prakriti. Apareya mitastanyam prakritim vidhi me param. But there is my higher prakriti that is to be known. And that is jiva bhutam. I create all these entities, jivas. Yayedam dharyate jagat, and by which I hold this whole world. So idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti avidhiyate etat yo vetti tam prahuh kshetragya iti tadvidah. And then the yes, then comes the third one. Tat kshetram yatcha yadrikcha yat vikari yatascha yat sacha yo yat prabhavascha tat samasena me srinu. You listen from me. What you listen? What the kshetra is? What is that kshetra? And yatcha, whatever it is. Yadrikcha, what it is like, what its properties are, what its modifications are, what effects arise from what causes, and also who is and what his powers are. That hear from me. So what is the advantage? Why we should know? We should know ourselves. Until or unless we know ourselves, how can we know others? You know, Sri Ramakrishna, in the words of Sri Ramakrishna, he says, first know God, then only you will know about this world. If we start knowing this world, we cannot end, because it is enormous, it is infinite. And whatever subject you take, only an infinitesimal part only you can touch. Therefore, it is always better to know the origin, the central point. And the origin is within us. If we can know this, the self, then we can know everything. So here also we find what the kshetra is. Tat kshetram yatcha yadrikcha, whatever it is. Whatever is yatcha, yadrikcha, what its properties are. That yatascha yat vikari, that is what are the modifications are. Sacha yo yat prabhavascha tat samasana. You listen from me in brief, because it's endless. So this is the introduction of this. Then we go to the next. Then Rishibhir Bahudha Gitam, and in various ways rishis spoke about it in many ways. Chandobhir Vividhai Prithak, and also in various um, uh, like in chants, or we can say in Vedas, in various ways it is sung. And Brahma Sutra Padesh Chedna, even it is mentioned in Brahma Sutra. And what is its hetu, what is its cause, and that is explained by me there. So this truth has been sung by rishis in many ways, in various distinctive chants, in passages indicating of Brahman, full of reasoning and convincing. So this is, in the beginning of any topic, one should explain the introduction. So here, this is the introduction, so that we have interest. Otherwise, the person who want to know, he may lose attention. That is why in the beginning, this is a kind of advertisement. Now, Mahabhutani Ahamkar. So now he is going in details. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. Yeah. Mahabhutanyahankar. So Mahabhuta, we have already mentioned Mahabhuta. What are the five Panchabhutas? Ahankar and ego. And Buddhi. Buddhi means intellect. And then Abhyaktam evacha. Abhyakta means Prakriti, or we can say Pradhan. The various names are given. Ahankar, Mahabhutanyahankara, Buddhi, Abhyaktam evacha, Indriyani dashayikam cha pancha chendriya gochara. So, 5 sense organs and 5 organs of action. What are the 5 sense organs? We have eyes, we have ears, we have tongue for tasting, and nose for smelling, and also skin for touching. So these are 5 sense organs. And we have 5 organs of action. What are those? Vak, Pani, Pad, Payu, Upastha. That organs of walking, speaking, grabbing, and also organs of evacuation and regeneration. So these 10 senses, Indriyani dashayikam cha, pancha cha indriya gochara, and also 5 objects of 5 objects. What are those? Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Shabda means sound, sparsha means touch, Roop means form, and rasa means sapidity, and gandha means smell. So all these are product of that 5 elements. Mahabhutani, Ahankar. So here in Ahankar and Buddhi, and though 2 are mentioned, but another 2 are included in it. What is that? Mind and also Chitta. Mind and Chitta included in intellect. buddhi and up. Yeah. Mahabhutani ahamkara buddhirabhyaktamevacha. Mahabhutanyahangkaro buddhirabhyaktamevacha indriyani dashaikamcha pancha chendriya gochara. Now these are to be seen, like sitting quietly, then we have to see what is this Prakriti and what am I, who is this Purusha. Then we can find that we have 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action, and 5 kinds of experiences, like Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, that means sound, touch, etc., that we just enumerated. And also those objects. One is apanchikrita and one is panchikrita. When it is panchikrita, when it is grossified, combination of various things, then only we can see. Otherwise, it is not visible. It is in subtle form. So, indriyani dashaikam cha pancha cha indriya gochara. And 5 are sense objects. So, the great elements, egoism, intellect, as also the unmanifested, that means Mula Prakriti, the 10 senses and 1 mind, and 5 objects of senses. Now comes Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham. Now why it is enumerated and it is stressed many times? Why? Because we suffer. We suffer this world, suffer the miseries of this world. If we can know why we suffer, what is suffering, when we are suffering, who is suffering, then suffering can be ameliorated. So here comes Ichha, Desha, Sukham, Dukkham. Ichha means desire. Desha means aversion or hatred. So, Ichha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham, and we have happiness and misery. And Sanghata, Chetana, Dhriti. And we hold something, that's called Dhriti. Intelligence. Chetana, we have awareness, consciousness. And Sanghata, this complex interaction. And also this body-mind complex, Sanghata. Etat kshetram samasena savikaram udaritam. This is kshetra. And in short, this is being said samasena. And this is with savikar, that means it is with modification, it deteriorates. It has vikara. And it's not prakriti, vikriti. Prakriti, vikriti. Prakriti, when it manifests, then we call it vikar. Vikar means it has come from something else. It has deteriorated from its original position. The great elements, egoism, intellect, as also unmanifested, Mula Prakriti, the 10 senses, and the 1 mind, and the 5 objects of senses, desire, hatred, pleasure, pain. The aggregate means that whatever is conglomerate here, that means this body, but this joining all the elements. And Sanghata, aggregate, intelligence, fortitude, the kshetra has been thus briefly described with its modifications. So this is, in short, this is the that kshetra. What is kshetra? And then we'll come. We'll stop here. But then what are the qualities that one should inculcate, and one can get rid of this? If one is bound with this, then one cannot reach the highest goal. Rather, he suffers here. But if someone can cultivate higher qualities, then gradually he is not attached with this world. And apparently, though all the miseries will show up to him or her, but those will not affect him. So this will take in our next class. But this is to be meditated on. Then only we can understand the import of this. This chapter is very, very good, very interesting, and here God will show what are the things, amanittam and that, what is to be, just a minute. Yeah, amanittam, adambhittam, ahimsa, kshantirivacha, that will come. And indriyartheshu vairagyam, anahankara evacha, janma mrittu jara vyadi dukkha doshanudarshanam. Not only that, asakti ranabhisanga. So what are the qualities that one should inculcate? So this is very interesting for those who want to get out of this misery. And for that matter, everyone wants to get out of it, only in course of time. Some wants to enjoy this world, even those who enjoy what they enjoy, and what is the scope of enjoyment, and what will happen after enjoyment, that also is enumerated here. We'll stop here. We'll see our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Tired of his play, Sri Ramakrishna, let us hear you say, you are my own and I am yours, eternally. Eternally. When our ignorance will end, only you can say eternally, 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 eternally.